Good morning, wonderful listeners. You've tuned into Post Session Podcast, a podcast filled with the stoke of a surf session and the wise guidance of an ocean voyager. Your water-loving hosts are ready to share this infectious state of mind while encouraging and inspiring you for your next adventure. Laurel?
Yes?
Do you want to share with everybody what I told you when the intro was playing?
Well, I put it in the Injustice of the Week.
Good. We'll get there. Let's just leave a little cliffhanger for the injustice.
There you go.
So today, let's talk about projects. We'll divulge some of our projects,
Okay.
personal ones that we have going on, podcast ones. Then we're going to talk about project people versus non-project people. What do you think?
Am I the project person and you're the non-project person?
Stick to the script. Laurel, I think you're the best! Exclamation point. Go ahead.
I think that was left over from a previous episode.
I wrote that in so you would accidentally say it, but
Okay, so Billy said our producer, don't do table of contents anymore. So if you guys don't know the format of this podcast,
you better ask someone.
you better ask somebody.
But don't ask me because we ain't telling you.
That's right. It's a secret.
Because Billy said don't. Well, then let's go into our post-session notes so we can talk about some
Yeah.
projects.
Tell me, I heard through the grapevine that you were interviewed.
Wait, was that grapevine the short one that runs between you and me? Okay, yeah. I did an interview with my buddy Ted Hardy. Hey, Ted.
Hey, Ted.
Ted runs Immersion Freediving. He used to be in South Florida. Now he's in Georgia. Anyway, he's doing this cool, live freediving virtual summit kind of thing. And he's got 30 different professionals
Okay. Ooh.
interviewing on his platform.
Probably from all over the world.
Yeah, all over the world. Yeah, I mean, big names, not me. I'm a filler. He just knows that I'll say yes. So
I don't believe that. I think you're probably one of the top. So.
We're talking about, how to be a professional and what it means to instruct freediving and, all of these things. But it's kind of cool because you pay for the summit, obviously. And if you get a subscription or something, you can get access to all the videos forever. So I wanted to plug that. Most importantly, I promoted PSP.
Post Session Podcast.
Yeah, I did. I stuck my mug in the camera like this, and I was like, yeah, listen to my podcast, everybody.
Hey, that's awesome. Free advertising.
Yeah, I'm not good at advertising. Billy, that's not me. So I was proud of myself for doing that.
As we both sip our post session. Here we go. Hold on.
Look at that beaut.
Okay.
Look at that beaut.
Ashley.
All right, what is your post session note?
Well, I want to cry right now because I don't have a post session note.
Oh, yeah, you do? Want me to read it?
No, I'm going to read it.
Okay.
People are surfing right now. And there's waves. And it's clean. And guess where I'm at?
You're stuck here with us. Okay, so we're in the truck or the van or something before Billy would open the door. And Laurel's all, wah, people are surfing right now. So I wrote her post-session note. And it says, no notes for me. People are surfing right now. And I'm stuck here in this crappy studio drinking day-old coffee. True story. With you mugs.
Yeah, we have a lot of injustices of the week. Ashley was in charge of bringing the coffee for our podcast, and she brought day-old coffee. So she didn't make any coffee. She just brought what she brewed yesterday. And I thought she would have at least heated it up.
No.
But no.
No.
It's
But how do
cold.
you heat up coffee from a stainless steel French press? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, well, I don't
You got to
know.
pour it in another container. See, my family's still sleeping in the living room in our renovation project, which we'll talk about later. And so I didn't want to wake everybody up grinding coffee and then doing the magic bullet. So we got I like the day old.
It's all right.
You give me day old coffee out of your fridge all the time.
I drink day-old coffee a lot. Okay, Ashley.
Let's talk about how you brought the world's tiniest little bit of milk this morning for yourself. That's an injustice.
What was that? The size of that would be what?
A tablespoon.
Yeah.
I want to talk about
a teaspoon. It would be a teaspoon.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, you're even less generous than I'm giving you credit
I
for.
just wanna
Good
make
job,
sure,
Laurel.
yeah, that we acknowledge that.
Let's go to the injustices of the week because we have a lot of injustices.
Okay.
A, I asked you to bring milk. You brought a teaspoon. B, what's another injustice? You want? Oh, I got another one. No, I'm gonna keep going.
Okay.
So we went to Laurel. You know what? Happy birthday, Laurel.
Thank you.
I realized last night that we celebrated your birthday because it's, Dawn
Right.
announced it's the 7 days of Laurel. So we did celebrate your birthday, which I thought was really fun. And I was glad to be there. But on your actual birthday, I didn't even,
You didn't
call you.
call or
I'm a bastard. But
no gift.
anyway, no get. Oh, it's coming. But here's what happened. We went to this nice dinner and all this stuff. And Laurel and her friend Kristen are already there. And they have their friendship matching necklaces on. And I didn't have one. And I was very embarrassed.
That you weren't included.
I wasn't in the club.
Well, Tio Tony came to the birthday dinner, and he also doesn't have
Well,
the wave necklace.
slightly feminine for Tio Tony.
I think he could still pull it off.
Well, I think I could pull it off, hint, hint. But whatever.
You
Not in
weren't-
the club.
You weren't in the club back then. It was, a few years ago, and you were fringe the club.
Well, I gotta say, maybe I don't want to be in the club.
Okay, there's got to be a better injustice.
There is.
Okay, go ahead.
I want to talk about. You want to do starter homes or hand dryers?
Let's do hand dryers.
Yeah, starter homes is a little heavy. We'll do
Yeah,
that one next time.
Yeah.
Hand dryers, guys, in the bathroom.
Used to be a towel,
Used to be a towel. Love it.
paper towel.
Paper towel. Wipe your hands. Move on.
Yeah.
Now we got this hand dryer. First of all, there's no hand dryer that a 3-year-old can use. They stick their wet hands up in the air like this. The water's dripping down their armpits. They can't reach the dryer. It's a total nightmare. And the dryer doesn't dry.
It doesn't dry.
Only the Dyson one where you go zzzz, and you put your hands, down.
I don't like the noise. I might be slightly autistic, maybe on the spectrum. Loud noises
It's
bother
really
me.
loud.
Yeah.
It's really loud. It's not in regular loud,
Mm-hmm.
like my voice in the mic.
But it would be kind of cool though to take that technology, and so when we get out of the water in the changing room, there is something similar, a little less noise, a
Yeah.
little more wind, and it blows you dry so that you're not pulling on like, God forbid, yoga pants, but
Ugh,
even
or wet jeans.
Yes, trying to
Barf.
get your wet body into dry jeans.
You know what? They got that technology.
Right.
They just cheap.
Well, they'd charge more for parking.
Oh gosh. You know what?
Mm-mm.
Have you ever been in the bathroom and used the hand dryer to dry your hair? Because I've done that many times.
Oh, yeah.
I've done it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't work, but
But you hold your head under there,
yeah, and you just shake really hard and
Yep.
get what you can.
and then you kind of do the up and down, up and down,
Up and down.
and then back under,
Yeah.
and then
yeah,
then you're good to go.
then you're good. Yeah, I've done that.
Was that in the last few years, or was that like early Ashley?
No,
Before the party, Ashley.
No, we're freedivers and surfers. We're wet a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to brag. That's kind of like if my hair's wet, I'm already like kind of smug. Yeah, I went surfing.
It's your mark.
I
Of,
show up-
yeah, you
I
show
show
up
up
with your little tattoo.
My little work meeting.
Yeah.
My hair's
I do
wet.
stuff. Uh-huh. Well, yay for you. Let's dive deeper.
Okay. So today, Ashley and I thought we'd talk a little bit about projects,
Projects.
our projects, and then we'll talk about project people,
yeah, let's
which
just talk
I guess we are project people.
about- Oh, yeah, we are.
You're just a project, Ashley.
Oh, gosh, we're project people. Work in progress.
Okay.
Well, we're,
So, go
yeah.
ahead.
Okay.
Mm.
We're working on a bunch of things. This is your. Well, I mean, you
You keep
start.
interrupting.
Sorry.
me.
Hold on. Let me just.
Take a sip. So, we're doing a bunch of things, but right now, let's look at the podcast. So, our
Okay.
podcast is actually going to shoot a movie,
A short film.
a short film, and I'm a little bummed that we don't have a title. We don't have a working title yet.
Yeah, I thought it was.
What?
It's called Mace, right? But we're just calling it Mace Movie. That's kind of our
yeah,
working
that's
title.
our working title,
Did you know that, Billy? We're writing a little movie. You'll be
Uh,
gone. You won't be
yeah.
able to enjoy it.
right? And
Yeah.
I thought he could help too. But maybe he'll stay a little extra.
Doubt it.
Doubt it. Okay. When we do a
He's
Puerto
shaking
Rico
his
movie,
head no. He's shaking his head no so hard. I'm
wants-
worried his brain is gonna.
fall out.
No, he's gonna give himself a concussion.
Maybe
Calm down,
Billy will
Billy.
do some editing from Puerto Rico.
He's shaking his head.
Yes.
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 Wow. I was
Write that
expecting
down.
a no.
Write that down.
I was expecting a no.
So that's one project. We did a little read through of the script.
Yeah. So let's set it up for everybody.
Okay.
You know, Laurel and I realized first of all, Laurel says to me, I don't know, several months ago, 6 months ago or something, hey, you want to write this movie? And I'm thinking to myself,
No.
God, no. I've got too much crap going on. You're just going to be so demanding. I do not want a part of this. But then I thought, you know what? I really do want to write it.
You know you do.
So I said yes. And I will admit, so far, all we've had are a bunch of writing meetings. Writing it is fun. And we both realized last night,
We're good at it.
well, humbly
Spoken.
spoken. Yep. Good job, Laurel. It's our dream job.
It is our dream job.
It is our dream job. I remember my girlfriend, Sarah, who I know is not listening.
Besides podcasting. But go ahead.
Yeah. Well, who knew back then? I didn't know
Right.
what a podcast was, you know?
Right.
There was the iPod. That's about it. But my girlfriend, Sarah, and I would do this. We would write these skits, and then we would perform them, and we would record them on a VHF, you know, right? The
VHS.
VHS. Oh, God. I said VHF. Some kind of antiquated equipment where it required a big tape. And we'd invite our friends from the restaurant to come participate.
How old were you?
This is college. This is in college. And so this is what we did though. And then we would play the video at the holiday Christmas party.
Can we get copies of this? Can we upload some digital footage?
I have no idea where the hard copy is, but if Sarah or Julie, if you guys are listening, please hook it up. I need to know where this is. I need to digitize it so I have
And we
it.
need some proof that is she a good writer or was she not? Or an actress. Let's see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Because we may be
We'll see.
casting you in the actual show, our movie.
In our movie, you're casting me as something, right?
The old man.
That's Ren. That's going to be Ren. Well, I've enjoyed writing it, and I
Yeah.
enjoyed the read through a little bit, but to all the girls that are helping,
Mm-hmm.
acting,
Mm-hmm.
all I got to say is get in front of the mirror, practice your lines.
Yeah.
Let's get into it.
Well, they did a good job. I'd say for not knowing what they were going to read, we provided pizza and drinks.
did.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Post-Session Podcast did.
I owe you.
And everybody, they didn't even know they were coming into some lines. They just knew that we were going to talk about the movie. And we had
Oh,
printed
yeah.
off the scripts,
You did.
highlighted
Oh, I
each
did.
person's part. Like they had sides, legit sides, and did a read through. And I felt by the second time, there was some getting into the script.
But see, we really needed that validation because I think you and I think it's hilarious.
Exactly.
Every time we're writing it, we're like, oh my gosh, this is so wonderful. We don't even need to edit it. Let's record it tomorrow. And then when someone else reads it, we realize,
Yes.
oh,
We
yeah.
need a little work on that
I
part.
guess we didn't write anything. It's still up here. We forgot to put it on paper.
There was definitely parts where we had to read what was going on because we didn't have the dialogue yet. But so that's just one little thing in the fire.
Yeah, so stay tuned for that because we'll release it. We'll probably have a party
Oh, we're
where we
definitely
show
gonna have
it.
a release
and,
party.
Yeah. And,
This thing will be in Cucalouras. You know, my first time in Puerto Rico was I was in Rincon for an international film festival. That's how this whole thing got started.
That's
so-
how we're going to be big.
Well, we might not be big, but we'll definitely submit to a film festival or
We're going to
two.
submit to some film festivals and we'll have a party. And everyone's invited and it'll be so great.
Yeah, and if anybody's listening who wants to help out with camera work, editing, post production,
Costumes.
pre-production, costumes, we want your help. So feel free to text, email,
Laurel.
sign up for our newsletter.
Yeah, do all those things.
Okay.
Okay.
What other
so
projects are you
let's
working on,
see.
Ashley?
Well, let's talk about your book. You're writing a book. You're writing a second book.
Well, I'm writing a second book, but the first book is finished and is
Mm-hmm.
at a publisher.
Oh, dip.
So this was an acquisitions editor for a publisher who wanted to read the whole thing.
That's exciting.
It's big time exciting because
Mhm.
my thought in my mind is it may not be right for that publisher, but I know that I'm going to have a next step from this step. So if they say no, I feel like she's going to give me enough feedback that I know, do I self-publish or do I have to go back, do some work, and then resubmit?
See, you have such a great attitude because if that was me, my butt cheeks would be so tensed up for the last year that I would, everything would be backed up. Every time I have to go number 2, I'm just puking instead because it's so backed up. So I would just be, not having a healthy attitude like you do about, oh, well, at least I'll learn something. No, I wouldn't be thinking that. I'm like, they're going to reject it. And if they reject it, I'm a failure. And it would be.
Well, and that's the thing. That's why Ashley submitted along with me well, you did a children's book
Because you made me.
excerpt, and I actually sat and babysat her kids.
True, she made me do it.
while you wrote it, and you won first place in that category, and they gave you edits. And let me just say, Ashley doesn't like getting edits. She really maybe expected them to come back and say, oh my God.
Yeah, that's what
This is the best frickin' children's book anyone's ever thought about writing. We never could have imagined that it would come from little old Wilmington,
You know what? That
a
reminds me.
prodigy.
Here's what it is. It's like that scene in A Christmas Story where the teacher's giving everybody Fs. And what's the boy's name? The little boy?
Ralph.
Ralphie. Yeah, Ralphie's dreaming.
Yes.
And the teacher's saying, F, because they're writing their stories about what they want for Christmas. And then she picks up his, I want a Red Ryder BB gun, blah, 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 blah. Oh, and she's inspired. And she gets on the board and writes A++,
Ralphie.
and everyone's cheering. And
Yes.
yeah, that's what I imagine.
Yeah. So are you going to complete it? Do the edits that they gave you?
When you make me.
I guess I'm going to have to go babysit y'all. Please.
That's right.
Okay, what else have we got going on?
Okay, let's see. Well, you've got your book. We got the short film.
We got the podcast.
Got the renovation project.
Yes, your house.
Holy bajoli. So I talked to a friend, an older friend, not older like in age, but I've known her a while. And she was asking about the renovation project. And she said, you guys just really like projects, don't you? And I said, no, we don't. We just
You're just
keep
Poe.
attaining it. Right. It's not by choice. So anyway, because the boat was a huge project. Everything's a big project. But so I guess with the renovation, let's see. When I say also, I think I should qualify the word renovation because it means different things to different people.
Yeah.
So renovation.
Might be like an upfit for the kitchen.
Right. Like I'm going to get some new appliances. You see how I'm using my
Landfall voice.
Yeah. Sorry. Renovation for us means sledgehammer, concrete walls coming down, sucker.
Yeah. Pouring footings.
Pouring, whatever.
Rearranging the entire house.
Electricity, everything.
The plumbing.
And Ren has done it
all
himself.
Wow.
Well, with help from friends.
Sure.
Let's see. We hired one person to pour concrete because it was an insane amount of concrete that we needed. So we hired a friend to pour concrete. And he did hire a guy to work a couple days doing sheetrock in our bedroom just because we're running out of time and it's such a long process. He's doing it all himself, though, with help from friends.
Meanwhile, Ashley, the wife, and the kids are playing in the river, swimming, hanging out while he's busy.
Every day. What you need, honey? Some lunch is in the fridge. Make yourself a sandwich.
That's
just
not
joking.
True.
Not true.
You've
Nope.
been working hard too.
Nope, working hard. Oh, yeah. But it's exhausting. But anyway, we're getting there.
So we talked about project people versus not project people. Who are not project people?
Well, some people just are.
Inside people.
And I don't mean that in a bad way.
Okay, yeah.
So inside people, or they're just happy kind of with the status quo, which is not a bad thing. I'm not putting anybody down
Maybe
here.
they're rich people.
Maybe they're rich people, or maybe they're just lazy. I don't know.
Oh,
I will say,
she said it.
I'll
She said what
let
she
me just
really
say-
thought.
Let me just say something. Let me just say something. Ren's a project person.
Mm-hmm.
I do the projects with him, and I'm grateful for the projects.
But begrudgingly.
My natural inclination does not lean towards having that many projects going on. I like maybe it does though, because now I think about it. You know, maybe I'm a project person.
Maybe you've been converted.
I've got the podcast, and I'm you know, you serve at the church. You've got the kids. You got the renovation. I'm a project person.
You know what I think? I think you hang out with project people. You're a begrudging project person.
Maybe so.
And you're stuck with friends and husband and others who also are project people. So you have, by default, become a project person.
Yeah, that's it.
So
I've
think,
been brainwashed. I'm glad for that, though.
yeah, you're a better person because of us.
Yeah. I love how she gave herself credit.
Uh-huh. So maybe you do deserve a wave necklace.
I would not wear it.
Oh, okay. No wave necklace for you. So, in thinking about these projects, what we could have also called it was creativity.
Okay.
There's creative people and not creative people.
Well, it's different, though.
There's different types
Well,
of
because
creativity.
sometimes, what I mean is sometimes people are project people because they just really enjoy being busy. Well, creativity does have something to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's take my mom, for instance. She came to my house the other day, and she saw these 2 pieces of fabric that we weren't going to use. And I'm like, just get rid of them, you know. And she goes to the kitchen and starts making work out of it. And Ani wants to play a board game. I want to play the board game. We're like, let's play the board game. Mom's like, no. We've got this project. Let's do something fun. And I was thinking, well, the board game's fun to me. But working is fun to her. It's the creativity that's fun to her. She wanted to cut the fabric. She wanted to tie it together on the string and make a cute little thing. She's a project person.
She's a project person.
She's a creative person. Yeah.
So when I was thinking about, how we would bring God into the project.
Oh gosh, yeah, okay. The Devo, I do see it's blank here in our notes, so that's good.
Well, so there's 2 ways we could go.
Mm-hmm.
Is God a project person?
I think so.
We're his biggest projects.
Yeah, and I mean, there's a lot of things he created.
Yeah, that need work. No, actually, they were first created perfect.
Yeah.
And then we blew it all up.
Well, then he realized, he was like, this will get boring. Let's mix it up a little bit.
Let's give them free will.
Yeah, let's tweak it. Let's tweak the design and see what happens. Keep me busy.
Well, I also think in the Bible, it talks about, I think it's in Psalms, be still and know that I'm God. So when I think about being creative, something that I need to be creative is time. So we talk about projects and being busy, but also having that, which I think you guys, even though you are busy with projects, because your full-time jobs are not 9 to 5 in 4 walls, that there's a lot of time for creative pondering about what you're doing and to bring into those things creativity.
Sometimes you're right. You do need that time set aside, especially writing, I think, because you gotta waste 30 minutes just trying to figure out where things are going when you sit down to write. And I find it hard to put that time aside.
I just feel like I wouldn't have come up with the movie idea if I hadn't have had
Quiet time.
not just quiet time, but just downtime, free time to play in our mind. So like that's kind of my 2 cents worth of a homework for our listeners.
Homework.
Yeah. So being in the water, obviously that's playing.
Mm-hmm.
So surfing, free diving, maybe your free diving's less play
Well,
because you're competing.
And not anymore right now anyway. But sometimes when we're doing those things, we're really focused too. So we don't have the mind wandering opportunity. When I find that I have mind wandering opportunity riding in the car.
But you know what?
And you just kind of start looking out the window and drooling, and then you don't even know how you got where you're going because you've been thinking.
But you were driving.
Am I the only one? Am I the only one?
No.
All right.
You're not the only one. But Also, that time when you clear your mind and you're competing, that is meditation, and it's puts you in a state of openness and kind of pulls all that other junk out of the mind. So I think a clear mind is a fertile ground.
Yeah.
Thanks for adding so
Yep.
much there, Ashley.
And that's a wrap.
Okay. Well, anyway,
Okay, yeah, we should have written something there, I guess.
no,
We did it. Everything's great.
yeah, but give us the wrap up. That's your job.
Okay. So do your homework, make some space,
Lay in the hammock.
see what happens. Yeah,
Go
you lay in the
surfing.
hammock. You can't read a book while you're doing it. Although sometimes
Yeah.
when I'm reading a book, I have to go back and read the last chapter because I realize I've been thinking the whole time, not really reading.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
So
Oh,
sign
okay.
up for our newsletter.
I'm wrapping it up.
Okay, go ahead.
Sign up for our newsletter at our website. Oh, buy us a coffee
Buy us a
at our
coffee.
website. That way you don't even have to be a patron.
Yeah.
But if you want to be a patron, that's cool too. You can do that at our
Nobody
website.
wants to do that.
No, everybody wants to do that. We'll send you a mug, maybe. I don't
Yeah.
know. We'll figure it out.
All
Just
right.
sign up, be a patron, or
Well,
buy
we
us a
also
coffee.
want to say thank you to Billy, who's been our
Billy.
our studio facilitator, maker, creator, producer of our podcast for the last couple of months. And unfortunately, he's leaving and going to Puerto Rico. So,
Back to the old drawing board.
yeah.
Yep, here we are. Well, see you on the flip side, everybody. Thanks
All
for
right.
listening.
Thank you for listening.